Ladies and gentlemen, put your hand together for the first contestant of District 82 Ovation 2013 International Speech Contest. Sridhar Ranganathan. Putting yourself first. Putting yourself first, Sridhar Ranganathan. Thank you so much, sir.
"16 years ago, I was a handsome romantic hero." But you don't believe me? I even have a picture to prove it. My father wanted me to marry his friend's daughter Asha. But I had already lost my heart to my doe-eyed angel Bindu. For the next 2 years, there was not a single dinner at home without a fuming debate about my marriage. Arranged marriage with Asha or love marriage with Bindu. Parents' choice, Asha, or my inner voice, Bindu. Mr. Contest Chair, what do you say? Both. Look at him. We continued to argue. But in 1997, the tension took a different dimension. My father was hit by a speeding truck. For 14 days, he was lying in an ICU, battling for life. As I sat lost in thought, my mother put me in a spot. "Sridhar, you have been arguing with him all these years. At least now, please agree to marry Asha. It may help him recover." There was utter silence. Beep, beep, beep. I shook my head. "He has done so much for you, Sridhar. Can't you give up a little? Why do you have to put yourself first?" It hurt to be called selfish. Is it wrong to take care of our self-interests? Should we compromise or sacrifice ourselves to be considered good? Well, I didn't think so. Luckily, my father recovered. And I got married to Bindu after a few months. Slowly, they were getting adjusted with each other very well. I have to share one thing about Bindu. She will never miss her morning walk for anything. One day, our child was unwell and crying. She said, "Sridhar, take care of Abhi," and went off to the park. When the wife goes for a walk, the mother comes for a talk. Poor child. He's crying so much. Why can't she skip her walk for one day? "Ma, what's wrong? Let her go." "You are like this, and the girl you married is also the same." Chah, why do you people have to put yourselves first? Friends, I am not supporting my wife because I love her more than my mother. But she has always been passionate about being fit. Why should she give it up just because she has a child? I don't know. So amidst these rumblings and grumblings, the river of my life continued to flow. And then came the biggest blow. From my manager, my mentor, Ranjit. It's true that it's because of him I changed from being a mumbling idiot to a flourishing professional. But one day, he had a fight with the management and quit his job. He boasted, "All employees will follow me." He came to me, "Sridhar, write your resignation and throw it on their face." I just stared. He flared. "I have done so much for you. What you are today is because of me, Sridhar. You can't do this much. Why do you have to put yourself first?" Come on. Why don't people understand me? It's true that I loved my dad. I was loyal to my manager. But should I sacrifice myself to prove my love, my loyalty? Should I make myself small to make others look tall? Drained, dejected, disappointed, I went back home. I sat with my son who was doing his science homework. Somewhere he read that tree sucks all the water it wants, irrespective of the surrounding plant colony. Hey, what did he say? Isn't the tree putting itself first? Yes. And if it doesn't do that, how can it grow strong to serve the world? And if the tree doesn't feel guilty, why should we? If my wife doesn't take care of herself, how can she take care of us? Today, despite a demanding job, she whirls around to take care of me, my children, and my parents too. And to do that, she has to stay fit and fine. What's wrong in that? My resignation could have boosted Ranjit's ego that day, nothing more. But I stayed back in the same company, rose to the level of country head, and in one of the annual conferences, invited and honored Ranjit in front of the same management. That, to me, is a better way of showing my gratitude. Friends, self-preservation is the first law of nature. It's built into everyone's genes. But often, we are made to feel guilty for taking care of ourselves. How many of you, ladies, have given up your career just to please your husbands? How many of you students have given up your favorite subject just to please your parents? And how many of you gentlemen have bailed another person out of a financial crisis only to get yourselves into trouble? Friends, remember what the aerostess says? When there is a fall in cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop down. Wear your oxygen mask first before you help your child. Ladies and gentlemen, in putting yourself first, you actually put others first. And that's the law of this universe. And that is why this universe word begins with you. Contestant. Good one.